So we are here with Shane, and now I'm going to play host, and he's going to play the interviewee. Shane, we know you as the host here at Young at Heart, one of the co-hosts, but you also have a graphic arts business, computers, all of that. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. I'll start off with a little joke about what kind of the way I describe myself. I am the quintessential computer geek. I sit behind a computer almost all day long, every day, unless I can get out, and I build websites, I repair computers, I do software debugging, antivirus research, forensics.
Oh, wow.
And I also stay up on the computer security scene too.
Which is, there's a lot more viruses coming out just every day.
Oh my gosh.
It's unbelievable.
Malware. When I started in 1992, we were lucky. We'd be interested if we saw maybe 100 viruses over the course of the year. Now, the first 6 months of this year, reportedly there are over 8 million
8 million viruses.
Unique pieces of malware.
And even since 1992, our producer Pat was talking about how far technology has come in just a short time, a relatively short time.
Right.
I mean, even since I can remember, there's just been the phones, the music devices, computers, video game systems. There's so much that has come. I mean, just decades ago, television was something new. Television itself, radio even. Radio.
Yeah, right. And then the 60s hit, and then they invented something called the transistor.
The transistor, and we got to take our radios with us.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, so, I mean, we've come a long way. The first computer took up this whole station
Easily.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And now we have all that and more, even it's a little calculator or phone.
Or a wristwatch, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They say the wristwatches of today are probably more powerful than that first computer, which was named ENIAC.
ENIAC, yes.
And I believe it. It's I think it's called Moore's Law, where the technology, they're able to have the size of the technology every other year, every couple of years. So that's why we have computers right now with 1 billion transistors packed into a 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 millimeter tall square.
It's unbelievable. One of the questions, and I never really got to ask this to anybody in particular, such as yourself, a true computer geek, what do you think about the difference? We're hearing a lot about Apple products, Mac and Windows and Microsoft and all that. What do you prefer?
Well, from which aspect? Are you talking about?
Talking maybe like a PC, like just a regular computer like at home.
Okay, canned answer here. PCs are great. They always have been great, still are great for business applications, spreadsheets, word processors, things that you're going to use on a day-to-day basis in an office, a general office setting. Macs are great for graphics and development of graphical elements. That's about as far as I can go into the uses.
As far as the uses, yeah.
As far as the security goes, a lot of people say, I have a Mac, I don't have to worry about viruses. Well, that's not exactly true, and as a matter of fact, there was an article over the weekend about how the people at Apple have quietly backed away from saying our operating system is secure, it doesn't get affected.
Because
by
recently
malware.
I heard maybe a month or two ago this really bad virus that was going around with the Macs. And so, yeah, I have a Mac too, and I was told that, like at the time of buying it, that was something I didn't really need to worry about. But, in the back of my mind, I knew somebody was going to come up with one day.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the truth of the matter is it doesn't matter if you're Windows, Mac, Unix, VAX, VMS, Linux, and every single operating system. And this has been...
Okay, I know Windows and Mac. I don't know about the other stuff, but yeah.
They're all operating systems, and they're all, to some level, insecure.
And it's very important for those in the workforce nowadays to be able to have a firm grasp on technology today.
Right.
Because it's just, it's almost scary how dependent we have become on our technology and our computers. Because if that all fails, I don't know what would happen.
I don't know what I would do without Google.
I know. Exactly. Even I'm a college student still, and just Google is your life.
Right.
Yeah.
Research.
Yeah, exactly.
Researchability. And as you had said, as far as the speed at which these new things have come along, the new technology, well, there's a lot of people that, myself included, you can't keep up with everything. And for some of the older generation who have had very, very little experience with computers, for example, I got a call over the weekend. The lady says, hey, I just received an email. It says I just bought a ticket, and I didn't buy a ticket. This isn't me. Should I be worried? My response to that is it's probably just a phishing email, phishing with a PH.
Which
As
is
in-
what?
Which is like some hacker or some bad guy throws out a line just anywhere in the pond and hopes to catch something.
A victim.
In this case, a victim, a person.
Mhm.
Right. The solution to the problem with the phishing emails is if you are not expecting an email from a specific person and you see emails from whoever regarding purchases that you made, pretty much assume that it's a phishing email. Don't open it. Definitely do not click on any link inside.
So basically, a key for people to remember, because just about, the majority of people use email, at least. You don't have to be too proficient in computers and stuff to be able to access email. It's a very important tool nowadays. So just look for those emails from people that you know and you're expecting to receive. Other than that, should you just not go into them?
Looking for the emails from people that you know is the safer bet.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean that the people that you are expecting emails from can't send you a piece of mail.
Right,
It happens.
right.
But yes, to answer your question in a nutshell, yes.
Okay. All right, now our producer Pat was wondering, what is the difference between a website and a blog? Blogging is something that is just taken off in the last few years. It's very important. People have become famous through blogs,
That's
just
true.
their blogs only.
Yeah.
And it's just a very effective communication tool.
It
Can you
is.
tell us a little bit about the difference between a website and a blog and exactly what a blog is?
Sure. A website is it's a series of pages written usually in HTML code, and it's used for the purposes of marketing a business. You set a website up, you basically set a defined structure, the way the thing looks, the page looks, and your content. You know that you're going to want to talk about your business, certain key aspects of your business, your services, how people should contact you, and the basic things. Now, a blog, on the other hand, differs slightly from a website. A blog it's more or less a forum where an individual who may not have the technical skills to build a website can still go in, use a pre-formatted template, and just start typing whatever is on their mind. The nice thing about a blog is that it does work along with a website, and a blog will actually add value to your website as long as you use the blog the way it should be used.
That's very interesting. So that kind of, would a blog be considered social media just like Facebook and, this might be a stupid question, but like Facebook and Twitter, MySpace, all of that?
Yeah, actually it is. It's exactly that. Blogs really are precursors to Facebook and Twitter and the other social media outlets.
And there's a lot of bad things that can happen with Facebook, the social media, but there's also a lot of good things. You see families reconnecting, people you wouldn't talk to every day, you reconnect with them. It's been makes the world that much smaller. Technology in general makes the world a very small place.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's amazing how far we have come. So your business, how long have you had this business?
Let's Talk Graphics opened its doors in April of 2008, so
wow.
a little over 3 years now. Well, yeah, actually 4 years.
It seemed like yesterday. Has it been a process?
Oh, it has been a process. Opening a new business, especially in a
And
small
2008
town.
was a time when people were losing their businesses.
Right. That's actually when I got out of the industry that I had been in for almost 20 years, which was antivirus research.
Oh, okay.
The economy, I didn't plan it this way, but I got out of that business in 2007. Between 2007 and the middle of 2008, the economy it was a dive bomb. No, I don't think really I could have predicted it as bad as it got.
Right.
But
Majority of us could not have. Yeah.
I don't know if I did the right thing or not. Started a business.
Well, yeah. Pat was actually wondering, are websites expensive for people to set up? Because that's part of what you do. Really quickly,
Yeah.
can you tell us about that?
Websites are not expensive to set up. There are three parts. Domain name, $35. Hosting, where you rent a server space, generally, I should say, domain name $35 per year, hosting $120 per year. And then there's the website development. I have 3 tiers of prices, $390, $590, and $790. And I adjust those accordingly based on the specific content that my client wants.
That's very interesting. So do you have a website yourself that people can go on and find out more about you? What is it?
Absolutely. letstalkgraphics.com.
Letstalkgraphics.com. I think everybody can remember that. How about a phone number? Do we have that as well?
Absolutely. 775 888-513-1402.
And of course, you go more out of graphics and help people with technology as well.
Yeah.
Because that's very important nowadays. So thank you, Shane, for sharing that with us. And we'll be back with Shane right after these messages.
Thanks.